No more glasses.
Since 1967, Shepherd Eye Center has pioneered innovations in eye care and vision correction while performing more than 30,000 cataract and lens implant surgeries. Thanks in part to these advancements, cataract surgery today is a painless outpatient procedure, with most patients resuming normal activities the next day. Find out if cataract surgery is right for you. Call 925-2637 or visit shepherdcataracts.com. Shepherd Eye Center. Better vision for a better life.
This portion of the news on KUHL being brought to you by Dell.
Goodbye Windows 7. Hello Windows 10. Dell's holiday sales are the perfect time to upgrade. Save big on business computers with Intel Core processors, plus free shipping. Call a small business technology advisor at 877-BUY-DELL. That's 877-BUY-DELL, or visit Dell.com/business deals.
7:32 coming up. We'll check some more local news. Santa Barbara County Superintendent of Schools Susan Salcido expected to join us a little after 8 o'clock this morning. But right now, it's time to talk food with our favorite grocery gal, Amy Goldsmith. Amy's helped to launch and grow some of the most well-known brands that many of us eat or maybe see on store shelves. You can follow her and her antics on Instagram at The Grocery Gal, where she reviews new products and gives us a glimpse into her crazy life as a food finder. Good morning, and, well, I guess, and happy early Merry Christmas to you, by the way.
That's right, and to you, too. It's hard to think that, Christmas is less than a week away. Hanukkah begins this Sunday night, so we are going full throttle into the holiday season. And as you know, traditions, really often are around food. And so food becomes such a major part of how Americans and really globally people celebrate the holidays. So it's fun for me because we get to see new products and roam through the grocery stores and see all sorts of new different things. But one thing that has been consistent for a long time, as you know, are candy canes.
Oh, love those candy canes, yeah.
The candy canes. Well, did you know that legend has it that candy canes were invented in the 1600s when the choir master of the Cologne Cathedral in Germany commissioned candies shaped like a shepherd's crook, so they could be handed out to the children attending the church's ceremony in order to keep them quiet.
Mm.
Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, so candy canes were originally invented to keep children quiet, and the stripes then came later. Also, it's really interesting too, is animal crackers, which I still love, were first introduced around Christmas time in the early 1900s. And you know how they have that string on the box?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, that was originally intended to be used to hang the boxes on Christmas trees.
Huh. Interesting.
I never knew why they were there. It was like kind of a funky purse, or,
Right.
like I didn't know. So that's kind of interesting. And of course, a tradition that continues to live on, whether it should or shouldn't, that can be debated, is fruitcake. Have you ever received a fruitcake?
Honestly, I have not, but I'm sure some people out there have.
Yes. Well, look, if you've ever received a fruitcake as a gift, you probably know that those suckers can last for a long time without ever going bad.
Right.
The preservative properties of the sugar and the booze that they contain. And actually, that's part of the design. I mean, they were originally intended to be baked at the end of the harvest season and saved to be eaten at the beginning of the harvest season the following year for good luck. So they are designed to last forever. And, there's the old joke is there's really only one fruitcake, and it's just being passed around to everyone.
Makes sense to me, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so, what do you guys then traditionally eat on Christmas?
Well, since my family is Hispanic, we do tamales. So we're going to be doing tamales actually for a Christmas Eve dinner. I'm sure we'll probably do a ham or something like that. So what about you, Amy? What do you normally do?
Well, we celebrate Hanukkah. So we start with, potato latkes and short ribs and, homemade applesauce and those kinds of fun things too.
Nice.
And so, that's typically what we do. But, it's funny to think that Christmas falls right in the middle of summer down under. But it does. Isn't that strange?
Yeah, that is.
So it's cold here, and it's summer in Australia. So the meal is still based on traditional English and North American traditions. But in order to avoid the hot oven, actually, most Australians actually prepare their Christmas dinner on the barbecue. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of interesting.
Okay, well, it seems like if you got the good weather to go with it, I guess you're okay, right?
Yeah. Have a cookout, right?
Exactly.
Some Santa Maria-style barbecuing out there for Christmas.
Yeah.
And so putting the wine and the mixed nuts and whole toppings, the turkey and side pie, cheese and booze, the eating and drinking done during Christmas Day alone can add up to more than 7,000 calories per person.
That's quite a bit.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but interestingly enough, though, media stories that we read often suggest that the average person gains 7 to 10 pounds between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And it's actually inaccurate. It's not true. And in surveys, people say they gain on average about 5 pounds this time of year, but studies are showing now that people really only gain about a pound.
So is that better that we're only gaining a pound and not maybe 5 or 6 pounds?
Yeah, one would think so, but then absolutely it's way better, and it's easier to probably lose 1 pound than it is 7 pounds, right? That, you think of it like a full baby, right? You have to lose a full baby. So
Right.
the thing is that cumulative. So if you are gaining 1 or 2 pounds a year and you don't lose it, in 5 years you gain 10 pounds. So it's something that can enjoy. Have those 7,000 calories.
Oh, exactly. Put it in perspective there. What's happening at Applebee's, by the way?
Right. So I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, and it's still taking place, is that all during the month of December, Applebee's is offering pomegranate margaritas for just $1 a drink. It's called the Dollarita.
The Dollarita. Yeah.
The Dollarita. And for $1, you can, rest your feet from shopping and the chaos of the holidays and have a pomegranate margarita for just $1.
Well, if you need an excuse, perfect. Yeah.
I mean, you can't beat that price. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's probably normally around to $10 anyway. So that's good stuff. And then I also just want to mention, as we continue shopping for the holidays, it's just still to keep an eye out on that romaine lettuce. There have been additional reports of people getting ill, and again, it's mostly from pre-packaged salad bags that they didn't remove from the store shelves for whatever reason. But remember, it's romaine lettuce from Salinas. So just make sure you know where the lettuce is from if you're, using romaine or making salads, and maybe stay away from some of the pre-packaged salad bags, just to be safe. You don't want your family and guests getting sick on Christmas.
Yeah, that's no fun. Exactly. Also wanted to mention this was one of the first things we talked about when we started doing interviews with you, but it is keeping your hot foods hot and your cold foods cold. So a lot of folks might be cooking, turkeys and hams and things like that. So you want to make sure that those foods, some of them are perishable. You want to make sure to refrigerate those. And sometimes this can be maybe an hour or two after, leaving them out at room temperature.
This is true. I mean, first it starts with going to the grocery store and making sure you get your groceries home safely and fast. You don't want to be running your errands. I know it's tempting to do it, but you don't want to be running errands with a turkey in the car. I mean, bacteria can move pretty fast. Secondly, like you said, you want to keep hot foods hot and cold foods cold. One of the things that I do, especially with things that need to remain cold and I'm out of room in my refrigerator, is I put blue ice down. There's blue ice. Actually, it's the stuff I use in my kids' lunchbox.
Oh, yeah.
And I sort of put them on the counter, and I'll put the dish or whatever it is that I want to stay cold on top of those if I'm out of room in the fridge. And so you want to do that. And certainly with, the things that you need to remain warm, you want to wrap it tightly in foil. And if you need to crank it up right before you serve it, give it a good blast, do so. So you may want to par cook it and make sure maybe you have 10 minutes left on it and crank it up really, really high the last 10 minutes to get the bacteria out. You just want to be safe and always wash the knives and wash the cutting board. Don't use the same utensils that you basted in to cut.
All right, and don't wash your turkeys or your chickens. We hear that kind of spreads the bacteria. Yeah.
Exactly. So you're only spreading more bacteria by washing it. Instinctually, you think you should wash the bird or wash it, but don't. But wash your produce for sure, and just don't wash the bird. You're only making things dirtier and messier. And clean behind the refrigerator handles. Clean behind the refrigerator handles and the oven handles. It's gross. It's dirty.
All right. Get that taken care of. We wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy Hanukkah. Amy, we're going to do our best to check in with you over the holidays. So we'll try the day after Christmas and the day after New Year, but I'm sure that you're going to be busy. I want to remind folks, though, that we've been speaking to Amy Goldsmith, our Grocery Gal, and you can follow her and her antics on Instagram at the Grocery Gal, where she reviews new products and gives us a glimpse into her crazy life as a food finder. Amy, thank you so much. Have a great Hanukkah with your family, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you.
All right, 741 birthdays and anniversary wishes. 928-1440 is my number. Arnold Real Estate, a professional real estate company serving the Central Coast. Arnold Real Estate, the only company that rewards buyers and sellers. So why not take advantage of this generous offer? You'll be glad you did. Located at 327 Plaza Drive, Suite 1A. Contact them at arnoldrealestate.org or 805-862-2353. Remember, Arnold Real Estate, the